You may have heard of Tim Walz and JD Vance, but who are the VP nominees and how do they match up? Hey, it's Dan Zimmerman and welcome back to Illustrate to Educate. In this video, we'll compare the backgrounds and political stances of both Tim Walz and JD Vance to get a better understanding of who they are and what they support. And if you find this video helpful, be sure to like the video and leave a comment. First, who is Tim Walz? Tim Walz is an American politician, former school teacher, and retired U.S. Army National Guard Command Sergeant Major. He has been serving as the 41st governor of Minnesota since 2019 and is currently the Democratic Party's nominee for vice president in the 2024 U.S. presidential election alongside Kamala Harris. Before becoming governor, Walz represented Minnesota's 1st congressional district in the U.S. House of Representatives from 2007 to 2019. Born on April 6, 1964 in West Point, Nebraska, Walz worked in manufacturing and served in the Army National Guard after high school. He later earned a teaching degree and became a social studies teacher and football coach in Minnesota. His political career began with his election to Congress in 2006, where he focused on issues like veterans' benefits, education, and economic recovery. As governor, Walz has been a proponent of progressive policies, including the legalization of recreational cannabis, gun regulation, labor rights, and LGBTQ rights. His military background and experience as an educator have shaped his approach to governance, emphasizing social justice, economic opportunity, and support for veterans and working families. Now let's look at JD Vance. JD Vance is an American politician, author, and venture capitalist who gained national prominence with his 2016 memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, which explores the struggles of white working-class Americans in Appalachia. The book became a bestseller and was later adapted into a film by Netflix. Born on August 2, 1984 in Middletown, Ohio, Vance grew up in a poor family and served in the U.S. Marine Corps, including a deployment to Iraq. After his military service, he graduated from Ohio State University and earned a law degree from Yale Law School. Vance entered politics in 2021, announcing his candidacy for the U.S. Senate as a Republican from Ohio. Initially critical of Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential election, Vance later reversed his position and embraced Trump's policies and rhetoric, gaining Trump's endorsement during his Senate campaign. He won the Ohio Senate seat in the 2022 election. As a politician, Vance is known for his populist and nationalist views, often focusing on issues affecting the working class, such as economic policy, labor rights, and opposition to corporate influence. In July 2024, Vance was named as Donald Trump's running mate for the presidential election, aligning himself closely with Trump's political agenda. Next, let's look at 5 political positions for Tim Walz. When it comes to abortion, Walz supports a legal right to abortion and believes it is essential health care. He has a 100% rating from Planned Parenthood and emphasizes that women should make their own healthcare decisions without interference. Next, when it comes to gun rights, Walz, a gun owner himself, supports stricter firearm regulations, including universal background checks and red flag laws. While he was previously endorsed by the NRA, he has since shifted his stance to advocate for more comprehensive gun safety measures. When it comes to foreign policy, Walz has condemned the attacks by Hamas and supports Israel's right to defend itself while also calling for a ceasefire and more attention to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. He has expressed sympathy for those protesting U.S. funding and advocating for a change in policy. Next, when looking at labor and workers' rights, Walz signed a law that bans captive audience meetings and non-compete clauses, mandates paid sick leave, and enhances protections against wage theft. He supports stronger worker protections and has actively joined labor actions, such as striking with the United Auto Workers. Lastly, Walz supports LGBTQ rights, including anti-discrimination laws and protection for gender-affirming care. As governor, he has signed legislation banning conversion therapy and reinforcing support for the LGBTQ community. Now let's look at 5 political positions of JD Vance. When it comes to abortion, Vance supports state-level regulation, but has also expressed support for a federal role in limiting abortion access. He has been vocal about his belief in the moral harm of abortion to society, And when it comes to foreign policy, Vance is viewed as an isolationist who prioritizes national security threats from China over involvement in European conflicts like the Russia-Ukraine war. He supports Israel strongly, advocating for U.S. backing in the Israel-Hamas war and criticizing the Biden administration's handling of Israeli support. Vance is critical of U.S. military aid to Ukraine, arguing for a negotiated peace that might involve Ukraine ceding territory to Russia. J.D. Vance's economic policy emphasizes protectionism, particularly in reshoring American manufacturing and protecting jobs. He supports tariffs, antitrust policies, and even a weaker U.S. dollar to boost exports. Vance backs increasing the minimum wage and is skeptical of large corporations, especially big tech companies, advocating for their breakup. He has introduced legislation to end tax-free corporate mergers and is critical of the influence of tech firms on politics. When it comes to healthcare, J.D. Vance supports various reforms, including allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices, capping insulin prices, and importing medical drugs from overseas. He does not intend to repeal the Affordable Care Act and has suggested supporting universal pregnancy healthcare coverage. Lastly, his LGBTQ views include opposition to same-sex marriage and gender-affirming care for minors. He also advocates for more voting power for parents and has criticized childlessness and divorce, emphasizing the importance of traditional family structures. Did you find this video about Tim Walz and J.D. Vance to be helpful? If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Illustrate to Educate to support more simple and objective videos on topics that matter. If you liked this video, be sure to check out other election-related videos on my channel or by clicking on these videos.